misery, that there is this suffering. It exists in the world, but ultimately it exists within our very mind. That unfulfillment, that craving, that desire. That doesn't matter what we do, it's never really fulfilled. Buddha called this the first truth. He based his whole teachings and his own enlightenment on this first truth that must be truly realized. There is unfulfillment, there is suffering within me first and in the world. And in my ignorance, I keep perpetuating it in myself and in others. Yet I believe that I am not doing it. I try to make myself happy. I am feeding that greed, that I and that mine. This unfulfillment, this imprisonment, the bonds that keep us from knowing and seeing that which we are, from being one in love. This video was taken when, after 45 years of solitary retreat, she spoke. And in the crew there is some friends that I met in the Himalayas through the years, and it's a very precious testimony. Look at this video again with your eyes, listen with your heart, and receive an amazing blessing. During the video, in 5 seconds, she transferred the merits of 40 years of prayer. You just need to look at it and open your heart.
How old is she? I think she's in her 80s because she was 84. Oh, not the one from yesterday? No, I mean...
Behind this door lives Petsan Ani. She is a nun who has been in solitary retreat for 45 years, never leaving the confines of this simple hut. She has distilled her entire religious practice to 3 simple mantras, prayers for the welfare of all sentient beings, recited again and again through every hour of her waking day. She escaped the suitor by climbing down through the hole of a cliffside latrine, then fleeing to a monastery.
And she was a legend in the region. Every Sherpa who marched toward Everest would go toward her retreat and pay homage to her, but no one had ever seen her. She had never been photographed. She had never certainly been interviewed or talked to.
She has not been totally without human contact. She receives food twice a day, and Sherab treats her medically.
And I will never forget in my life that moment when that wooden door creaked open. And what did we find? We found, in fact, an incredibly ebullient, talkative, friendly, kind. Her first gesture was to give us cookies. And what did she do? She went right into the Dharma. And she sort of said to Mathieu, essentially, it's great all that monastic stuff you guys do, and, I respect it, and it's quite wonderful, but, it really just comes down to a single mantra.
She deeply prays for all sentient beings to be free from all sufferings, outer inner sufferings, and so from her heart she dedicates the merit as she recites the Om Mani Padme Hum, the mantra from Avalokiteshvara. So it's like the one Dharma that condenses all.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Yes.
So her life has been completely dedicated for 45 years to solitary retreat, to the recitation of the mantra, and all directed toward the well-being of all sentient beings, almost like her heart, just spreading compassion.
Yes. It all boils down to our own mind, the quality and the nature of our mind. So all whatever the Buddha has taught, all the many aspects of his teaching, they were all meant to understand the nature of mind.
Look at this now.
So the main thing is to give away all elaborate practice and simply remain in the Buddha nature, in the Buddha's mind, and that's all. And she said, if she survives with her mind, she'll come to visit me sometimes. So I told her I'd prepare a nice
Receive what she give now. Just receive it.
Finding serenity through the Dharma is the experimental proof that validates the Buddhist science of the mind, just as a falling apple proves to us the existence of gravity. It may be hard to understand what this means, but it exists for the Tibetans. Many Tibetans do not believe that we went to the moon, but we did. We may not believe that they achieve enlightenment in this lifetime, but they do.
All joy comes from wishing others happiness. She said it's so simple. That is what brings joy. That is what gives peace. That is what fulfills the unfulfillable.